Pulse 95. Between local lines, notes from the Emirate.
Notes from the Emirate indeed, and this month in June 2021, as we are gearing up for the resumption of trade, resumption of real estate transactions, and resumption of people flocking over to the shopping malls, we saw the launch of Mamsha Sira. Now, Alef Group has also started the handover process for most of their houses that people have invested in. And to talk to us in greater detail about Sharjah's architecture, the new Sharjah, the shopping malls as well, we have the CEO of the Alef Group, Mr. Issa Attaya. Very good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Well, we're looking forward to this discussion now. Let's start with Al-Mamsha. A lot of people have been driving past it, this new Sharjah area, and thinking, oh, this is rising up and coming, and there's a big building block in front of Al-Muwaileh area. Talk to us about the progress that we've seen so far, firstly with the handovers. Where are we at the moment?
Above all, the Mamsha is a vision of the late Sheikh Khalid bin Sultan Al-Qasimi to boost the urban scene of Sharjah. As we are all aware, the surrounding of the university city is the place to be, is the hub, is the new thing that's happening. A lot of things happening there. Very interesting area. Very easy to commute to that area from all the Emirates. And Sharjah, by the way, is in the center of Emirates. That particular area, Muwaileh, is in the center of UAE. If you look to the whole map of UAE. And it's easy to commute through 311 and 611. And the plan was to put an outstanding and contemporary community that gives and offers affordable homes to teenagers, to young people, and many of them could be university students. And this was the whole plan. We planned Mamsha, as it name tells, a 128,000 square meter of fully pedestrian area, free of any vehicles. We targeting the young people. We targeting families in some clusters. So it's all happening there. We actually start handing over the first phase of the buildings, which consists of seven buildings, 609 units. We are building currently phase 3 of the project. Soon we are awarding phase 4, and we just launched, as you mentioned, Mamsha Sira, which is again different views than Al-Mamsha Souk, which we started which we launched actually in 2017.
And is that ready now, or where are we with this, with the Al-Mamsha Souk?
Al-Mamsha Souk, yes, 15 buildings are ready. We're gonna hand over. We started already handover process of these buildings. It's gonna still continue in a month. We're gonna finish the first 7 buildings handover. In 3 months from now, I guess we'll start delivering the other 8 buildings.
Right.
So when we have this community all delivered by end of the year, weather is better. I guess we have also very interesting retail where we encouraging young Emiratis and young people who lives here, who knows the market. We're targeting the SMEs to invest in Mamsha, and we are giving very much good incentives actually for them to encourage creative concepts to come.
Yeah, can you talk to us more about that, the creative aspect to it? What sets Mamsha apart as a community? Because you've described a lot of things that sound pretty next level. Can you elaborate on those things?
Okay, the whole idea, we wanted to create a community that encourage pedestrian and walkability, encourage sports, encourage running, jogging, cycling, today in Al Mamsha Sira, we introduced a lot of fields like soccer pitch, cricket nets, paddle tennis. We wanted people to connect to the community, connect to sports. Everybody is today, due to the pandemic and all these things as well, are more aware of their health. They are more into sports. So we wanted to give a good product that's affordable and popular to the community.
And can you talk to us some more about the affordability aspect, especially in light of COVID-19 and its impact on your overall plans?
Honestly, 2020 was a good year for us, and that's shocking for me. Shocking, I don't know. When the pandemic started in March, we had some plans how to survive. We were planning how to survive. By the time we back to office, by June almost, things was totally turned upside down. We did records last year in sales. Sharjah did as well. Last year, transactions in Sharjah, as announced by RER, the Real Estate Registration Department, hit I believe 15.9 billion dirhams, with a growth of 5.3% from 2019, and that shows like the trust of the market, the local market, and the regional market in Sharjah real estate. Usually Sharjah real estate also is very steady market, doesn't have it's more safe to invest in. It doesn't fluctuate a lot, let me say, and I guess that was a very key point for these results. Plus definitely the government has put some incentives during COVID, and that was really helpful.
So who's buying this? Who's your target audience? Because I feel so confident about people investing and a bit surprised by the element. So who's the main demographic?
Honestly, we focus a lot on the local market, Emiratis, young Emiratis a lot, and other people lives in UAE and the region. And I believe last year, people instead of spending money on travel, they spend money on real estate.
Yeah.
This is the only justification I can find to myself, because anything else I couldn't find justification for it. The incentives also was set by the government was helpful, and I believe the management of the pandemic was encouraging thing, because when you see other countries bit suffering, and the country was really here doing the pandemic crisis smoothly, I guess it was more, it gives some trust to the local communities and to the people who lives in UAE, and this is the justification I have.
Now, in terms of easy payment plans, I think Al Mamsha is very dominant by its 1 to 3 bedroom apartments and studios as well. Talk to us about the idea of that, instead of having a massive villa community as people have been expecting, and obviously you have lots of neighbouring projects are based in villas as well. Talk to us about the apartments and why they're in demand.
Honestly speaking, due to the pandemic today, I believe the demand for houses is good, is picking up, no doubt, and Alef is looking for something like that actively. This is something maybe it's next to do.
Okay.
And as for Al Mamsha, the strategy is different. It's a bit more, we're dealing with investors. We try to manage some good yield for investors, and this is the difference, because usually in villas the yield is way less than an apartment.
Okay.
So this is two different markets. I believe the customer of a villa is different than a customer of an apartment. These are two different customers.
Right. So with that assumption, we could say that it's more of you're looking for investors rather than people who want to own a home, or is it a bit of mix of both?
It's mix of both, actually. It's mix of both. For us, that's why in our homes where 2-bedroom and 3-bedrooms, we really work a lot on the layouts of the apartments.
Right.
We in Mamsha Sira, we tried to inject let's say workstation in each apartment. We introduced something called Zoom booth now in the building.
Okay.
And this to help people to do their serious communication with their boss, to do all their serious business and maybe studies through some small booth without an interruption.
Amazing.
And so we as developer, we always think how can we support and how can we put product that really adapt to the market and the needs of the people. We introduced drop-off areas since now the delivery and of online shopping and all these things. We just introduced these things on the buildings. Such elements are all new. And we introduced it all in Mamsha Sira just to adapt to the needs. So the 3-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments, it targets more or less, you're right, end users as well. There are end users still interested in apartments because the price of apartment is way below as well than a villa and all these things. So that's also something that we are considering. We are considering also our public realm to be with a lot of varieties, as I said, the sports hubs that just mentioned earlier, and children areas, pools, gyms, yoga.
Amazing.
We try as much as we can give a public realm that compensate that private space in a villa or something like that.
And in light of people's evolving needs and the way you've been adapting to them swiftly, where do you see this moving forward in the short to long term? This is a very open-ended question, but I'm interested in how you envision new Sharjah and your developments moving forward.
I believe there is a big shift in Sharjah real estate sector. Very solid master plans happening today. Villa communities. There is some very, very well-reputed players in the market, and I believe things going to be more master planned, connecting people to the community, more safer, definitely, easy to commute in and out. Authorities supporting all this as well. Muaylih, I feel it's going to be the new Sharjah, new downtown of Sharjah. I strongly believe on that.
And when you say master plan, can you describe that to the audience? What does that entail exactly?
I mean, it's more of a planning a small town or a city or a town with a lot of aspects, all infrastructure considered, traffic. There is a lot of aspects to that. Any infrastructure you may think of, any public realm you may think of, any needs of people, shopping, retail, different types of things, stadiums, schools, hospitals, hotels. So there is a lot of things happening in Muaylih, honestly speaking. Definitely the university city is a very big driver for developers like us and others to invest and believe in that area, and it's really a source of let me say inspiration for us ourselves. When we started thinking of that area, we surveyed students first. And then we surveyed end users living in that area.
Okay.
And then we came to know a lot of things, a lot of needs, and we started planning our products based on that. And this is a continuing process. We always do that. We just did that, I guess, this year, last year. Every few months, we get someone on board. We say we need minimum 500 students surveyed. We need 500 Emirati surveyed in that area. We need 500 non-Emirati but lives in Sharjah surveyed. how they like their apartments, where they like their laundry room, do they like the apartment with a balcony, without balcony, where they like the balcony, a lot of things. Because I believe this data is the main driver for us, and it gives us more indication how to plan and how to satisfy the market and all these things. Because here in UAE, everybody is very much involved in real estate. I mean, here there is a passion of real estate, owning real estate, renting real estate, and buyers are smart buyers. So you have to give a product that up to their needs and expectations. Plus, the competition makes each and every developer of us think more and dig more and find different ways, different offers, and that's a healthy. That's a healthy competition, and I guess the benefit will come to the public at the end.
Okay, now in terms of this Envision, and let's start talking about in terms of how on track are we with our construction? Because if I'm a potential investor, I would be thinking, you know what, that's a great idea. I mean, I'm intrigued. I want to buy a property now. But when can I eventually get this apartment that I can start, those yields? Are we on track with construction? Is things going according to plan?
Yes. In construction, there is always a slip here and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a leeway.
We don't have major issues. Also, as we invest in the product, we invest a lot in our project team and planning team to monitor our plans, to monitor our programs. Because for us, when we sell something off plan, it's a promise to the people. And for a company like Alef, it's vital to deliver our promise to the expectations of the people on time and without hassle and without any bigger challenges. No doubt there is challenges. COVID again hit all sectors. Contractors, one of them, no doubt, and construction, one of them. But honestly, we didn't feel much.
Okay.
We didn't feel much the impact. We had some imports to come from out. It came on time. We didn't feel that much.
So can we set a date in terms of Mamsha is going to be ready by?
Mamsha, definitely. It's going to be Zone 1, which consists of 33 buildings, 128,000 square meters, free of cars. It's going to be by end of 2023.
Okay.
33 buildings up there. Sierra, I believe we announced by end of 2024.
Okay.
And that's another 11 buildings. We have one more zone in Mamsha that we want to start think about it. Again, we have to do the process of surveying and thinking, deep thinking. We take a lot of time. We take maybe almost 1 year time to think of this.
Okay. Brilliant. Excellent. Well, so much to look forward to in the world of real estate for us as well. So thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Issa Attaya, and we wish you all the very best with the projects of Al-Mamsha and as well as the developments of 06 Mall.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And we'll be visiting it very, very shortly as well. You're listening to the Morning Majlis. Thank you for all your questions this morning. And we'll quickly move on with our business news headlines as well. This is the Morning Majlis, only on Pulse 95.
If you liked this episode of the Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.
Pulse.